What's up guys, it's Xclusive here, and today I'm going to be starting a new project, which is going to be a playthrough of the game, the Sea of Thieves, The Legend of Monkey Island. Now this is a basically a DLC that they added to Sea of Thieves, kind of in the same vein as they did back in the day. I think it was like 2 years ago with regards to the Pirates of the Caribbean like story content that they added. This one's a little bit different because it's based on The Legend of Monkey Island. And as far as I know, it's completely separate from the main game, so I don't believe you have any chance of really getting attacked, you know, in the PvP realm of this game, which is really nice. But anyway, so for those of you who don't know, Monkey Island is basically a series that came about back in the 1990s, and it's a point-and-click game about this pirate named Guybrush Threepwood, who basically is kind of he's not a very good pirate, but he kind of climbs through the ranks just like kind of by accident. There's a lot of humor in the game, and it's pretty cool, I have to say. Like he's always facing off with like the dastardly LeChuck, which is like this super evil pirate, kind of like, you know, I guess the evil Blackbeard kind of, so to speak. But yeah, so this is really cool because, like, you know, it's a point-and-click adventure game at heart, and it's kind of interesting how they implemented it in the Sea of Thieves, because obviously, you know, Sea of Thieves is not a point-and-click adventure game, but they did add the elements here, which is pretty cool. So, you know, there are 3 parts to this, which right now only the first part is out, and I think each other part is going to come out every other month or so. So this is going to be kind of like a staggered release. But yeah, so I'm definitely checking out the first part now, which is the journey to Melee Island, where you just kind of go to Melee Island, you kind of explore, and just, you know, just check out what you can find there, and kind of just start off this story experience. So without further ado, let's get right into it and see what this game has in store for us.
So, we meet again. The legend begins right here on Melee Island. Your once-in-a-lifetime chance to hear all the seafaring adventures of the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood. Straight from the legend himself.
Ah, such a wonderful view of my future demonic empire. Well, nobody ever said pirates make great architects.
Oh, so you finally decided to show up, huh? Well, you can make yourself useful and start on the meat stew.
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish food by now. Looks like I'm back in business.
Get back in your cage, or it'll be gummies for the lot of you. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches.
Unfortunately, it's true what they say. You can't keep an undead, obsessive, vindictive, demonic sea scourge down.
Pirates on your precious Sea of Thieves practically tripped over themselves to deliver me this sword. Once this burning blade is restored, those waters will be mine.
LeChuck has come to know the Sea of Thieves. Do not lose hope. There is a way to rid this place of his evil influence.
No food or drink permitted during the event. Please keep your hands and feet inside the mansion at all times.
Alright, so I'm going to be flying through this solo, just because it is a little bit of more of a story experience. And I kind of like just want to, like, you know, just take it slow, take my time with it, just talk to everyone, get everything done, you know, check out everything there is this, you know, that this DLC has to offer, and yeah, just kind of enjoy it. I think the first part is about, I want to say 2 hours long, somewhere around there, like between 1 to 3 hours long, I guess you could say, just because it depends on how quickly you want to rush through it. But I'm not really gonna kind of do that, so I'm gonna take it a little bit slow. I'm gonna talk to everyone, go through all the dialogue, possible dialogue, and stuff like that. There's a couple achievements that I also want to kind of focus on as I'm playing through this. Which I will talk about, you know, as I go through them. But for right now, let's just get through the intro and let's get to Melee Island, and then we'll go from there. Alright, cool. So, pretty much brings me to the beginning of... Ooh, wait a minute, is this... Where the hell am I right now? This looks interesting. I want to check real quick. This seems like a completely new outpost. I've never seen this before. Let me check my map real quick. Ah, that's Port Merrick. If I'm not mistaken, this is the new Golden Sands outpost. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright. I've never got to see it before, so this is pretty dope. Wow. Looks really nice. I like when games can pretty much reimagine locations that have been there before. Okay, so this is essentially the same thing like with the Parts of the Caribbean hub, where they have like a little bit of a hub, like a little tent where you can talk to the main character of that DLC, and then kind of like replay through the chapters if you want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so you see, like, you have a wanted Guybrush poster here. Reward 100,000 gold. The way to start the tall tale is right here. The journey to Melee Island is the first one. By request of the Pirate Lord, a journey to the Sea of the Damned is underway, as is a hunt for a missing pirate of some renown. His name is Guybrush Threepwood. Alright. And then, let me just talk to her real quick. Let's see.
I'm Kate. I'll be your captain.
Cruises, sightseeing tours, coming soon, hopefully. Nice hat. Yes, it is.
So...
Now, if that's all you wanted to say, you can go and bother somebody else. I still have a lot of work to do here. Let's see, what's Capsize Charters?
Yeah?
It's the name of my business. I'll be offering sightseeing tours to shipwrecks and other attractions just like I did back home. I tried setting up over at the docks, but those arrogant merchants wouldn't give me as much as a second glance, so I'm improvising.
So...
It doesn't help that I'm missing a ship of my own right now. Even my glass-bottom boat would be a start, but I had to leave it behind. Interesting, a glass-bottom boat. At first I thought maybe I could steal a new ship, but the merfolk here have an annoying habit of bringing the original owners right to you. That's funny.
Yeah?
Oh well, one problem at a time. That's funny, that was pretty. Why are you offering tours?
Yeah?
Oh, partly out of boredom, also to earn coins, since my pieces of 8 apparently don't count for much out here. But mostly because I'm actually here hunting for someone who framed me and oh so nearly got away with it. He's in a world of trouble as it is, but one day his chin is going to apologize repeatedly to my knuckles for what happened to me. Not that I can actually catch up to him without a ship of my own, but by setting up here, I can make inquiries with passing pirates.
So...
Sooner or later, I'll find someone who's willing to go and find him for me. I just have to be patient. And then enjoying life on the Sea of Thieves? It's different, I'll give you that. There's a lot to get used to. I'm sure I saw a skeleton walk past earlier. Where I come from, most pirates have retired or moved into other lines of work. A few of them even ran for office. You wouldn't find many crews willing to spill their grog battling a megalodon or try cutting a swath through a fort full of phantoms.
So...
I swear though, the next pirate who tries to buy my hat will be carrying their teeth home in a jar.
Yeah?
That's funny. Okay.
Come back when we're open.
So one of the things that I do want to mention, which is pretty cool about this DLC, is that as far as I know, all the characters that you can talk to on Melee Island are voiced. Like literally every line of dialogue, which is pretty dope. Alright, so this is Capsize Charters. Alright, let's begin the tall tale.
Hey, don't touch that! Not unless you think you're tough enough to track down the man I'm hunting. Everything I know is in that logbook. I'd find him myself if I had the money to get back on the waves. But for now, I'm just another landlubber selling tours.
Ah, Captain Capsize. I see you've already settled in and started making friends.
I don't want friends. What I want is someone willing to drag that pirate pretender back to reality. Then he can have a long and meaningful conversation with the sole of my boot.
Which won't happen unless you take the time to explain our situation. A while ago, I invited a pirate named Guybrush Threepwood and his wife, Elaine, to celebrate their honeymoon here on the Sea of Thieves.
You mean a fraud named Guybrush Threepwood? Though I'd also accept liar, imposter, figurehead thief,
Guybrush accepted my invitation, but his ship never arrived. After a while, I began to fear the worst. So I began making inquiries in the Sea of the Damned.
And found me stuck there, sailing in circles in my old glass-bottomed boat. Something that looked like it anyway.
A memory of yours made real by the Sea of the Damned. In that realm, people and places from long ago can come back to haunt you, mingling with all the hopes and dreams in your heart. I fear that Guybrush has become trapped in memories of his own. Memories of a distant pirate sanctuary known as Melee Island. If he is not rescued, he will remain sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by fragments of his past. That is why I have asked Kate to recruit pirates who are both willing and able to broach the Sea of the Damned and save Guybrush.
And then everybody here will see what a pathetic dope he really is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
Yeah.
I believe they can.
Okay. I think you opened up a portal
Kate
somewhere.
learned of Guybrush's whereabouts, but was never able to reach him. You will be sailing into uncharted territory. On Melee Island, things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves you know.
Which is why you should take my logbook. But don't lose it. Once Threepwood has been rescued, I'm going to make him eat every last page.
You should keep an open mind, Kate. Out here, enemies can enter the same tavern and depart as friends.
When it comes to Guybrush Threepwood, I don't need an open mind. Only a closed fist. Well, don't just stand there. Sail through that archway and find Threepwood. The logbook I gave you has everything you need to know.
Alright. Quest book received. Cool. Definitely gonna check that out. For now, let's get on our ship. Where's the place to outfit it? Oh, there it is. Damn, you gotta like go this way. Alright, let me just what am I gonna give it? What so I should something. I do like my Phoenix one. I'm gonna do Lodestar. You know what? Sea of Sand's kind of cool. Then again, I like the Lodestar because it's like shiny. Not that we're gonna be really using the ship much, but because you're mostly on foot in this one. We just go there and that's about it. Alright, let's change my outfit. I'll go ahead and let's be like piratey. So Davy Jones' cursed costume looks cool. Crimson Crypt. This is Ravenwood. Oh yeah, the Halo one. I just got that one recently. Alright, let's do Crimson Crypt. Alright, let's set sail. Gotta go through that portal right there. And then, when I'm on the other side, I'll go ahead and read the logbook. I just don't want to go here while I'm kind of stuck and defenseless. Almost there. Alright, here we go. Ooh.
Dear Diary. Wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves.
Just
To get
married.
there, we have to pass through the Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars.
It's so cool that they did this.
I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me. It's crazy, I know. I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter.
Oh. There's his ship. Now, one interesting thing is that, I don't know if anyone knows this, but, I mean, I'm sure some people out there do, but, there is a recent game that was released in the Monkey Island universe. It's kind of like an indie game, but definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna check it out myself, especially after playing through this, kinda got that nostalgia feeling, so.
But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Damn, that was pretty freaking good. Almost perfect landing. Alright, so we are now on Melee Island. Let me go ahead and like look through the book that we got. So we got Captain's Logbook of the Headless Monkey. Scab, Booty, Fat, not sure. I guess those are the name of islands. Scab Island, Booty Island, Fat Island. Guybrush Threepwood, I won't stop until I catch him. He's gonna pay for what he did to me. Okay, so that's her logbook. This is what he looks like, yo. She drew tears on his face. Wanted, and this is what he did with my picture. I got thrown in jail for his crimes. Reward Guybrush, yo. But to catch him I need a ship. Ship's log. Day 1. Finally raised the Mad Monkey, the perfect ship to hunt Threepwood, but he stole its figurehead. One more thing for my list. Day 3. Renamed the ship to the Headless Monkey. Maybe when I catch Threepwood, he can be its new figurehead. Day 4. Hired some shipmates. One turned out to be a surly fellow who fancied himself captain, so he's swimming home. Day 6. Threepwood has been sighted, sailing a ship with a just married banner. Should be easy enough for me and my crew to find. Day 10, got him. Threepwood's sailing for some place called the Sea of Thieves. We're chasing him, but it's getting awfully foggy. Day 11, long story short. Day ? Somehow I found my glass-bottom boat in that weird pirate town. Set sail alone. Guybrush can wait. I just want to see the sun. Day ? Exclamation mark. I see it with my own eyes, but I don't believe it. How can this be Melee Island? Exploring Melee Island made me realize I still have a score to settle with Guybrush, but I couldn't reach him. I think he might be the prisoner this time. Interesting. The Pirate Lord says all of this is drawn from pirates' memories, even Melee Island. He's going to help me reach the Sea of Thieves, and in return, I'll rebuild Capsize charters at an outpost, earn my keep so I can afford a ship of my own. Until then, the Pirate Lord has a plan. We'll recruit pirates to drag Guybrush home. I hope the notes in this book will help them. They can sail through the archway. Alright, so we have a map of Melee Island. There's a jail being renovated. Guybrush is that way to the left. Off to the left. There's a clock tower. Seems broken. General store. Useful stuff. Might help reach Guybrush. Citizen gave me this map. Lots for sale. There's a Scumm bar. The Scumm bar. Meet the pirate leaders here. And then Lookout Point. And then towards Guybrush is north. So that way is north. I mean, we have a compass, so we don't really need to worry about that. And then we just have a shipping manifest. 2 citizen and melee. Cargo, crate of important goods. 300 Legend of Monkey Island figurines reserved. 1 simian facsimile stuffed. 1 regional history hardback overpriced. Alright. So that's pretty much everything. So one of the things you have to do is you have to find pieces of 8. And you need a lot of money to buy the items that you need. I think there's actually even a commendation, if I'm not mistaken. Which, wait, not this. Is it here? No. Milestones, is it? Oh, reputation here. And then you gotta go to Guardians of Fortune, no. Be in Tall Tales, and then the Journey to Melee Island. So the 2 achievements in this DLC are literally just finishing it and then getting all the commendations. As you can see, I have played through this before just to kind of get the lay of the land and kind of get used to what I gotta do. But some of these are definitely require multiple playthroughs for you to get. Hey, what's up, Last Samurai? How's it going, man? So you gotta hear everything Spiffy has to say, which I don't have. You read about Guybrush's re-election campaign. You took a seat in the Scumm bar. That one's pretty easy. Defeated Ghost Pirates with root beer. 10 out of 10. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of them, but take Miri on a tour of the town's key locations. I definitely want to do that one. Purchase the Melee Island history book. That one's requires you to have a lot of pieces of 8 for that one. Taking the view at all Memoir spots. That one's pretty cool. I'll show you that one. And that's about it. And the rest I will look at later. Alright. So first things first is I want to try to just look around. Find some more money. More pieces of 8. Some of these have them, sometimes no. You can also randomly find them. Just like in single coins. The way you find out how many you have is you just go to quest items and then you have the count right there. I have 5 currently, which is not too bad. I think the book that you need is like 300, so it's quite a bit. Now the Memoir spots, those are pretty cool. If you sit at certain locations, a little bit of like a voiceover plays, and you get like a nice little view of like a specific location. So I know there's like one like right here. There we go. Take a seat.
Oh, I remember my first visit to the Scumm bar. It was noisy, filthy, and I immediately felt like I was in mortal danger. The kind of place I'd always wanted to belong.
Alright, there we go. So I'm not going to go inside the Scumm bar just yet. Although that is where a lot of the gameplay does happen. I'm going to try my best to also like go in the order of like everything that you kind of need to do to progress in this episode. May not be exactly 100% in order, but I will do my best. Alright, so you got re-elect Governor Guybrush, examine election poster, so I think that's one of the commendations. It's a campaign poster encouraging people to re-elect Governor Guybrush. It reads, "When you're the legend of Monkey Island, there is no competition." Okay, nothing in here. There we go. There's some right there, 3 of them, nice. Not too bad. The Memoir spots usually are, as you can see, where you see like a quill and ink, that's usually where you can sit down.
Ah, these docks sure are pretty. You get a great view of the ocean. From here, I can see the spot where Sheriff Shinetop tried to drown me.
Yeah. And obviously if you play the game, there's definitely some Easter eggs. The things that he talks about, you can probably remember. Here's another one. So this is number 3 out of 10.
Oh, I remember my first visit to the
one.
Scumm bar. It was
2 out of 10, okay. And it replays if you want to replay it, so I have 2 so far. It's not too bad. There's another pieces of 8. There's a sunken ship right there. Alright, this is the way to Lookout Point. Not gonna go up there just yet. Alright, I think it's time to go inside the Scumm bar. Let's go ahead and do that.